Hello and welcome back to the greenhouse. Well, yes, whoa, and goes the hydroponics. Yesterday was a great day. I managed to get loads done, not all my little jobs, I've got about 200 of them, but I got a lot of the little jobs done that I've been wanting to do for ages. And do you know what, by the end of the day, not only did I feel tired, but I felt really pretty good about myself as well, because I'd stayed on top of it all. So this morning, the weather's nice, a little bit of a chill in the air, ground's still cold and wet, but I thought I'll get out and I'll get something put in. So what I'm looking to plant up at the minute, especially with this coronavirus being around the place, are crops that will grow very, very quickly. So I'm looking for things with a turnaround of maybe 3 weeks, 4 weeks maybe, that will grow from start to finish. Now, one of the crops I'm wanting to put in for that is radishes. Now, yeah, it's a bit like Marmite, isn't it? You either love it or you hate it. You either love them or you hate them. There's no middle ground with radishes, and I don't particularly like them. But I figure if I grow them fast enough and there's no left on the shop shelves, I can always take a nice radish for me dinner. But I'm not growing your normal kind, the little ones. You know those little ball bearing things where you spend weeks growing the damn things? They're about that big. And by the time you've washed them, there's a few little slivers to put on your salad. I'm not going for them. I'm going for the big Bangladeshi, Japanese, Asian radish. The ones that grow about this big and about that thick. Daikon. Now, I've just discovered this last couple of years how much I really enjoy Japanese food. Not just the sushi, but just the whole Japanese cuisine. It's beautifully presented, lovely and tasty. So I thought, these daikon, I could do that. I could make Japanese daikon, but first I've got to grow them. So I've got some seed that I bought on eBay. It wasn't very expensive. I was quite pleased at the price of it, actually. I think it was something like £2 for 100 seeds. Now I might plant them and they might turn up to be turnips yet, I don't know. But we'll get them in the ground, we'll give them a few weeks, and I'll watch them at all the different stages and I'll let you see how they're doing. So let's pop outside and get them in before the rain comes. Now, these are not your standard little round red ball radish or even your little finger radish. These are the king or the queen of all radishes. These are daikon. Look at that. Bought these through eBay. Doesn't cost very much. I'm getting 100 seeds there for daikon. Now, the great thing about daikon is they grow up to about a kilo in weight they can grow to. Now, in old money, that's about quite a bit. They'll be a big size, so they need good soil with not too much nitrogen in, because what you don't want is the radish to put all the goodness into the leaves. I mean, the leaves are edible, but they're a bit bitter, and what I'm after is the root, not the leaf. So we'll get down and dirty, we'll plant these babies in, and then we'll keep an eye on them and see how they do. Now, I'm probably going to put some glass over them to start them off, and that's just to get a bit more heat in the soil, because the soil is still very, very cold and wet. So we'll get down, we'll get these in, and then we'll see what happens. So you can see, in preparing the soil, through the winter I had a whole load of straw bedded down on top of it. Now, I'd thought this would rot down, but it didn't. So for planting, and I'm going to be planting radishes now, I need to scrape back all of that straw and clear the soil underneath for planting into, and I'll probably enrich it with a wee bit of compost. So you can see I've cleared it away, and with the hoe I'm just breaking down a bit of that topsoil. That's a beautiful thing when you consider it's only a couple of years since this was all moss and sand. There wasn't any soil in the garden, but we'll just rake that out, smooth that out a wee bit, and then with a bit of a rake we can simply tidy it up a little bit. There we go. Done. Now, so normally you would put in like a furrow to put your radishes in, but these things grow this round each. So if you imagine, they're going to be like that sort of thing. So what I really need to do is just to pop a seed, or maybe 2 seeds in each of the holes that I'll put in. Now, for the whole bog standard, because I've softened it all up, I can literally make a hole you know, every 4 inches, say. 2 rows grown together, and I'll pop 2 seeds into each of these little holes here. They're quite a big seed actually. That's a good thing about radishes. You're not looking for them, you know, tiny little things. So we'll pop 2 seeds into each of these. Now the reason I'm putting 2 in is purely in case they don't germinate. That's the only reason I'm putting 2 in. Because I don't know, you know, too much about where these seeds come from, I'm gonna just cover me bet a little bit. Stick 2 in, and then if they both germinate, as soon as they come up, I'll remove the smallest one. So I'll take out the little one. It's always the little one that gets picked on, isn't it? But I'll take out the little one, and then we'll just grow on with the bigger one. The idea then is, of course, is they're not too cuddly together. They're not fighting over the water that's in there. And the thing about radishes as well is, especially these big ones, if they grow too close together from the start, it does seem to slow down the growth overall, and they won't grow to such a big size. So we'll give that a try. We'll pop these extra few seeds away, back in that packet, and then literally we'll just do that. So there we are, all done and dusted. Probably the wrong way around for you, that, but we'll get that put in there. We've noted the name, the species and the date, and hopefully at the end we'll note the weight. That was champion. They're in, they're planted up. You've seen how I've done it. No reason why you can't do it. Now I know I've got a little bit of a garden here around my house and you might not have, but you've got a bucket, haven't you? So you could get a bucket. Next time you've got to go out for essential shopping to the supermarket, pick up a packet of radish seeds they've got any left and put them in. If you can't get them there, get on eBay. There's loads of people on eBay still selling seeds. Plant them up, little grow bag maybe, fill up a bucket with that, bit of water, put the radishes in, maybe put in a few lettuces around them, or you could go tropical and put some rocket in as well, and within a few weeks you too will have a big bucket full of fresh greens you can eat. Now if this coronavirus rolls on for a while and starts to hit our delivery supply chain drivers, that will be a problem. We'll soon find out then, mind, that we don't need footballers, and we don't need politicians, you know, we don't need super high-end entrepreneur multimillionaires and billionaires, or we don't need government advising strategists. What we need are drivers, unloading men and women, doctors, nurses, cleaners, gardeners, farmers, that whole tier that's been neglected for quite a few years in the ways of their salary and their working conditions. Suddenly we're realising society cannot exist without them. We can exist without this lot, but we can't exist without this lot. Soapbox talk over for today. Stay home, stay safe, get out and plant.